And we're back.
Man, see, you have to learn to not say the words as we're coming back. But anyways, we are back. Danny, Chandler, me. We're going to be joined now by our friend, Anthony Slater. Can we get it over with, Anthony, this gorilla man thing? What is your take?
Ask ChatGPT,
that's
Anthony.
not the end all.
100 grown 6'8" men.
You say 6'8", by the way. He's adding
I get to pick my 100. Right? They are beating up a gorilla.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you better pick the right 100, but
You're not going to pick the right 100. You think Bonnie Blue picked the right 1,000? No.
It probably matters which gorilla, too. I mean, right? You know, I'm sure there's...
The alpha gorilla.
What did you start? Just be a Bonnie Blue.
It's Wednesday. It's what I like to do. I like to reference pop culture, Anthony. I'm sorry. So you're going men. Everybody, you guys are wrong.
Yes.
Respect nature,
bum
people.
rush them and jump the gorilla.
I'm telling you to respect nature. Sorry, we didn't mean to derail this.
I respect nature. I do.
I assume there's rules like no tranquilizers,
no shanks.
That's the problem, is men are going to ruin it by bringing their stupid little weapons. Yeah, I've seen Jurassic Park.
Can they wear pads?
No, you can't wear pads. Yes, you can wear armor.
I guess the idea of it, or the thought behind it, is that the men will outlast the gorilla. The gorilla will stab 100 of them.
Ladies. Okay, let's get started.
This is not part of the interview.
Sorry, Anthony. If you want to hang up and get technical difficulties,
we'll call
we
understand.
You back.
Let's try this again.
Let's talk about Jimmy Butler, because he's amazing.
He's one of the 100, by the way.
He's in the group, comes back from injury, and then just averages 26, 6, and 6. So, playoff Jimmy. We have so many of these labels that we've given guys over the years. This one is legit, right?
He doesn't really like it that much, you know. He's I mean, he's just kind of like, not that he doesn't embrace it or acknowledge that he ups his scoring aggression in the playoffs, but I don't know. I mean, he's also talking about he's Robin, Batman. He's having quite a playoffs as far as it comes to the media. But yeah, no, he was great the other night, playing with an injury that, by the way, they're saying he probably would have missed at least 1 to 2 weeks in the regular season. Like that pelvic contusion, glute contusion, whatever you want to call it, it's hurting him. And if you go back, he mentioned a play in the second quarter when he chased down Dylan Brooks and fouled him. You guys probably remember that.
Oh, yes.
He said, go watch me run back on defense in that play. He's like scooting, like he's like speed walking. So he's hurting right now, but he's playing.
They called it a clean foul, too, by the way.
That hurt me.
Anthony, after the game, Jimmy did say he got going because of Dylan Brooks started talking, which I don't know if I buy that. He probably got going because it's the playoffs.
I mean, it might help.
Your team needs you. But has Dylan Brooks, has his antics actually motivated the Warriors in a way, or is this just part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have played, so you probably would know how, as you said, how I guess artificial that is or not. But like, he definitely is one of the villains in the Warriors, long dynasty run. He gets the crowd going, and the crowd sometimes can get the players going. I'll tell you that. Like, they love to boo Dylan Brooks. And this goes back to, we're mentioning hard fouls. Y'all probably remember the hard foul he put on Gary Payton in that 22 Memphis series. Yeah. Broke Gary Payton's elbow. Like, to this day, that's still kind of, infuriates the Warriors a little bit how that all went down. But honestly, Dylan Brooks playing pretty well in this series.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't blame Jimmy Butler's 27 points on Dylan Brooks. I would blame the 3 free throws in the corner on him. I thought that was really ended up being the deciding foul.
Controversial. I mean, they didn't give Tim Hardaway the foul call.
They really didn't.
Yeah.
Funny how they learned 24 hours later.
The series has been very physical. Do you think that the referees have let it gone too far, the physicality?
Maybe. I mean, game 2, which is oftentimes in playoff series from my experiences, when it gets ratcheted up, whichever the team lost, really comes, to try to, change the tenor of the series, and that is when Jimmy got hurt. But Steve Kerr's point is they need to control it early in the game. You do a few quick whistles early and maybe some of the physicality's going. But I don't know about y'all. I've really enjoyed these playoffs. And I know, there's been hard falls, and obviously Ja got hurt. Jimmy misses a game because of it. But this is high level, basketball. It's good theater. And I like the point totals. The Warriors and Rockets are struggling to get to 100. I don't know about y'all, but I've enjoyed it.
I love
90s basketball.
I love it, Anthony.
And I'll tell you this. Obviously, Dylan Brooks is doing what he's doing, but he's even getting Steph Curry taunting technicals, which the first one where they reviewed it, Dylan started talking, and then off the pick and roll where he fell down, he's kind of giving him the second foul thing. Do you like this version of Steph Curry? Do you like when he mixes it up and kind of gets into it with players like this? Or because we don't see it often.
Ever.
Yeah, sixth playoff technical ever, actually, by Steph. First since 2019.
It's more than I think, honestly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mike
Boston
Conley, the guy I think has one tech his whole career.
He's
Since 2019, that's 6 years ago.
He is. Steph kind of referred to it as like the second sibling in a fight, where he said Dylan Brooks gave him that's like a one foul on you, like 2 possessions earlier. So he was just responding to that. And the truth about that technical is if the skirmish doesn't happen after, I don't think the refs give him the taunt. It's just that Dylan Brooks responded, and then it turns into a thing, and then you go review and go, hey, how did this all start? Okay, it was Steph saying 2 fouls. Because 2 fouls, like that's in the scale of like, taunting, that's pretty low, but sure. I mean, I would say, to your point, like Steph Curry obviously has this like, Wonder Boy, Golden Boy type personality, but like there's a fierce fire within him that I think sometimes does show. You guys, I remember coming on this show earlier in the season, I have to remember him and Isaiah Stewart towards the bench. We talked about that a little bit. Like he'll kind of step up to people. Yeah,
because I'm telling you, he has the baby face, so we don't think he's saying cutthroat things. But
and by the way, as a defender, when you see him shoot a 3 and look away, it'll get you going. Like he does subtle things that'll piss you off too. Yeah,
I love it. He's got a weapon.
Yeah, he also has the night-night celebration, which I think is one of the colder celebrations in sports. Yeah. And by the way, that started in the 22 playoffs. He typically waits to end it when it's a closing of a series to do that. He has not busted it out in this series. But a closeout game when he knows he might really be putting.
Yeah, because he knows this series isn't over yet.
No.
Yeah, no, you can't. Right, you do that in like game 3. That
imagine someone hitting him back with it. You gotta be.
Draymond's gonna pull it out.
Be careful with that.
No, it could be.
Draymond will pull it out early.
They call that, Moses Moody calls that the nightmare. It's dreams with Steph, and Draymond's is the nightmare.
That's pretty good. I do like that. So the Jimmy thing, obviously, we're all going to be watching every movement when he's running back and forth. The game 4, he was in a lot of pain. Sometimes adrenaline can also help. What are we expecting now in game 5 as far as his pain threshold and how it'll affect him?
Yeah, he's listed as probable. I think it's going to be similar, like probably, regular season type scoring aggression in the first couple quarters, right? I think he took 4 shots and scored 7 points in the first half. The other night, 20 points in the second half. They really needed him in the fourth. I think he scored 14 in the fourth. So I would expect something similar. He needs to get warmed up a little bit, but he doesn't play the style of game. It's why he's aging so well. He doesn't play the style of game that needs, leaping ability, a bunch of athleticism. It's very kind of tricky and smart scoring and powerful. And he has a high pain tolerance, let's be honest. I mean, that really matters.
Yeah. And get to the free throw line. Yeah. Speaking of Steph had 36, not last night, but the other night, the night previous to that. Steve Kerr called him one of the greatest of all time. Why is he not spoke of or mentioned when in that category of one of the GOATs? Why is he not mentioned in the GOAT conversation?
I think you're starting to hear it. I mean, right, even this segment, bringing it up. I think Shaq brought it up recently. The run he's on, which to me, the 22 finals was it was such a seminal moment.